エコーロケーション。
What's going on, guys? Logan JYA here, and today we got another Drytron video. What a surprise, right? Well, I tell you what, this time we're going to be going over the top This time we're going to be going over the top 10 side deck options of cards that you should consider siding in Drytron. Some will be obvious, some will be super duper spicy. So, without further ado, let's get into it. First foremost, shout out to Your Playmat. Check them out, link in the description down below. Get dope custom sleeves. And shout out to YuGiOh, Team YuGiOh, and the man, the myth, the legend himself, Andrew, who just topped an event with our favorite deck, baby. Let's get into it. Alright guys, starting things off with our number 10 slot. You've heard me rave about this card all the time, so I don't want everyone just to be like, oh, there he's going to talk about Aqua Dolphin again. But we are going to talk about Neo-Spacian Aqua Dolphin again. I already have a video that explains how to full combo with Neo-Spacian Aqua Dolphin in 2 names, so I highly recommend you check out that combo tutorial. Link will be in the description down below. But of course, Aqua Dolphin is a card that I want to talk about because of how much good it's done me in the past. This card rips out hand traps, specifically Ash, Droll, Bell. Those big problem cards that make it more difficult for you to play. It also hits DD Crow. Things it does not hit: Skullmeisters, Imperms, things of that nature, Nibirus. But it gives you awareness and it gives you knowledge, so you know that your opponent has them and you can play around them effectively. That's why I love Neo-Spacian Aqua Dolphin, and the fact that you can still full combo with this card is really, really a testament to its true capabilities. So of course I was going to rave about Aqua Dolphin a little bit, not just about his butt, but about how good of a card he is. Anyway, let's move on to number 2. Alright guys, number 9, right here we've got our girl Ghost, Bell, and Haunted Mansion, right? So this is one of those ones where of course you could consider main decking this card. It'd probably put in a lot of work, especially if you're going to deal with a lot of mirror matches and Tri-Brigade players. This card serves double duty. You're hitting out those Drytron names in the graveyard, not letting them summon themselves back, and you're stopping that Tri-Brigade revolt, which is a really, really strong thing. This card also is a great counter. The reason why I want to point it out as a side deck card is because it also counters a lot of the cards that can screw you. Most importantly is in the Sky Striker matchup, those Shark Cannons, you can bell those. Call by the Grave, you can bell that. And our least favorite, the Cycle Reader, you can bell that. So that's why I wanted to give the number 9 slot to our homegirl, Ghost, Bell, and Haunted Mansion. Let's move on. Alright guys, number 8, I'm not going to waste any time on this. It's Droll and Lockbird. You guys know what this card does, right? You discard it whenever your opponent adds a card from their deck to their hand, whether it be drawing or searching or whatever. I don't need to explain this. We already lose to it, right? You get it, right? So if you're not main decking this, you should probably be side decking it for the mirror match because it's basically a win button. Then all you have to do is Outer Dragoon and just laugh when you do it. So there you go. Moving on to the next one. Alright, moving on to number 6. We're getting back into spicy territory here. Shout out to my boy Andrew Dolick who brought this one up to me, aka YuGiOh. Phantasme in the Drytron side. Not something you would normally conventionally think about, but this card puts in work, baby. Especially in that damn Tri-Brigade matchup, okay? When you're playing against the Tri-Brigades, you know they're a pain, okay? They set up that Appaloosa, and if you don't have the out to the Apple, you don't got like the bait for one negate in the Nova, or the Imperm, or whatever it may be, it's tricky. It's freaking tricky. So you know what you say? When they go for that Link Summon, you can just bring out the Phantasme and you automatically make that Appaloosa obsolete, and or you make them burn a Revolt on your freaking Phantasme. That makes life pretty darn easy, right? So I think I heavily encourage this card. Not to mention you draw into the cards that fix your hand, right? So definitely think that Phantasme is a deserving card for at the very least a mention on this list. Shout out to YuGiOh who topped with this card in his side deck. I think he went like 8-1 or something at this big tournament, so shout out to the boy, man. Phantasme puts in work. Moving on. Alright guys, so number 6 and 5 are pretty similar, so I'm going to go through them together and keep it really quick, right? So these are kind of things you need to play. Twin Twisters, obviously, to blow out the spell and trap decks. This is probably the best one, obviously, by far, because A, it's chainable, and B, it discards your discard cost. You don't really care because you're pitching Drytrons, and then you're just going to use their effects in the graveyard anyway. So we all know how good Twin Twister is. I don't think I got to talk about that. But I also want to give a shout out to Lightning Storm, because Lightning Storm is an awesome blowout card, especially against matchups like Eldritch. It can put in work against the Tri-Brigades. It either deals with the Apollosa or with the back row, whichever one you see problematic. The reason why I want to give both of these a shout out is because Twin Twister puts in extra work against the Prank Kids, where you can snipe off that spell card, and technically Lightning Storm has got more of that general coverage. It hits both the spells and traps or the monsters, whichever one is problematic in that situation. So I want to give a plug to both of these cards that you should consider for your side deck. Let's move on. Alright guys, for slots 4, 3, and 2, we're going to do something pretty similar to the last one, but we're going to run through them pretty quick, okay? Here we go. Number 4, we've got the Forbidden Droplets, right? If you're not main decking this card, you better have it in your side deck. It helps you deal with the mirror match. It helps you out those problematic boards. It puts in so much work, and the biggest thing that it helps deal with is that damn window, okay? If you get matched up against that invoked Shadow player, and you're like, ah, damn, I'm going to have to deal with a window. This card deals with the window, okay? Now, I get it. There's a big price cap on this card right now. You're looking at like almost like $100 or something. I don't think it's that much right now. But it's expensive, so I totally understand. But still, Droplets is a great card. Now, if you want something that does something similar, removes a lot of negations, can't be responded to, well, we got your boy Dark Ruler No More here, putting in a similar purpose. Deals with that window, deals with those build-a-board decks, and just says no. Imagine you play against an Adamancipator player who takes like 5 minutes to go through his whole combo. They're all monster negates, and I know I play the deck. They're all monster effects that provide negates, and then you just slap this down and watch the tears form in their eyes. Of course, I feel a little bad for him because I am one of them sometimes. But Dark Ruler, guys. Dark Ruler. If you can't afford Droplets, I also encourage you to even consider playing both. Really, really good blanket negation. And then a little less of the blanket negation, but a little more of the I can do this whenever I want. We got the infinite impermanence, right? So if you're not main decking this, in my most recent build that you guys saw, I wasn't main decking it, but when I've been playing it, I was main decking it, and it was really good. This one plays around the triple tactics talents, which is really good, and is more prominent in the mirror matches nowadays. So if you're going after a Moy Beta Fafnir, you're better off hitting it with the Imperm than the Veiler nowadays. Got to be 100% honest with you. But this is an option, again, that deals with that window. You can consider it for the side deck. It at the very least baits out an interruption. You can slap it down on a spheres. They won't be able to bounce anymore. It's something worth considering. But anyway, that's our negation card. Let's get into slot number 1 where the spice truly shines. Alright guys, for the honor of the number 1 slot, this is a card that I think I talked about in one of my first Drytron videos, and I don't think I brought it up since or even played it since, but it's back in, baby. I'm telling you right now, it puts in so much work. You're going to catch so many people off guard when you slap down that damn Mystic Mine, alright? This card is at 3 right now. Let's take advantage of that fact, and it puts in so much work. When your opponent is going up against a Drytron deck, do you think they're inherently going to bring in those Twin Twisters, those Lightning Storms, those things that out this card? No, they are not. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to freaking punish them. You're playing against the Tri-Brigade deck, right? Okay? They end on their Apollosa and their set back row. Okay, what do? Mystic Mine. I just dealt with your whole board with 1 card. Activate your Revolt. Go ahead. You're not going to trigger anything. It's great. It's wonderful. You better kept in a twin. You better kept in a twin. Otherwise, you're folding. I can just wait for you to deck out. Who cares? It literally can be that simple, alright? So this is very degenerate strategy, but this is number 1 in the spicy tech side deck options that I encourage Drytron players to give a shot to. Give it a shot, let me know how it goes, okay? I'm just telling you guys, you open this card, it can close out games on its own. So Mystic Mine, consider giving it a shot. I know it's a degenerate strategy, but don't you like to win? Anyway, let's close out. Alright guys, that's it for my top 10. Why do I always say den? Ugh. Alright guys, that's it for my top 10 side deck cards for Drytron. Be sure to give some of these a shot. I'm sure you're already playing some of them, so I apologize if they were obvious. But leave it a like, comment down below if you gave one of these a shot, if you never thought of it, or if you're saying that all this is really obvious and I'm just an idiot. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh stuff from the Drykage. I forgot the costume back in DC, but it's fine. We'll have it on in the next Drytron video. See you, chumps.